Welcome back to Kamen Rider Fourze. Well, excuse me, review. Episode number 143. Yes, I'm reviewing Kamen Rider Fourze, and quite obviously, because I mentioned in the last video, we're here reviewing, talk about the last two episodes of Kamen Rider Fourze ever released. Now, here's the weird thing. He does have another couple movies he featured in, but yeah. Though I'm not going to get to his movie he appears in next after the show. I'm not going to talk about that next, per se. The next time our show is not going to be Wizard. This way like that, they come next. That will come later. Don't worry about that. I'm going to reveal it right now, before I talk about the episodes. The next Kamen Rider series I'm going to be discussing, after I finish up Mad Ranger, and Ultra 7, because I'm going to do that one too, because I've been really itching to get back to doing Ultraman for quite a while. Basically, the next camera series I'm going to be reviewing is going to be O's. Yep, O's. This is one I've been looking forward to do for quite some time, like in the case of Fourze. And I figured, though, why not do that one next? Because it's one I'm looking forward to. Now, those of you curious, though, ask the obvious question. Nick, you reviewed the first two episodes of Agato. Are you going to get back to that? Not going to get back to it quite some time. I had think to do that series, but after watching the first episode, I didn't feel much story with that one. This basically feels like a story. I'll get to my final thoughts later on. So, in these two episodes, Keigo is revealed to be a core child. So, he was passed off as basically his son, as Uchishi, who's a scientist, who's as a son. So, all thanks to a core switch. And my guess is it got mixed with his DNA, so that's why we kept back his son. That could explain why the fact they've never mentioned Keigo's mom. Or why in the world he lives by himself. That part's never explained here. So, despite the fact they go looking for him, so Gin and Yoko spend time with him. Meanwhile, everybody is wondering what the heck is going on with him. And then all of us, and of course Keigo receives leave. They go, of course, Gin and Yoko have it. Meanwhile, though, Leo has infiltrated the rabbit hatch. So, did Leber spill the beans off screen of where the heck the rabbit hatch was? Yeah, that was really weird. Now I'm thinking like, okay, so I get the fact basically last episode they basically had to turn back to be a bad guy for no apparent reason, despite the fact we've been seeing the whole series that, oh, he's possibly for his life. Nope, that was a ruse. Really? You fooled not only the characters, you fooled the audience with this thing. Oh, and his intelligence base was accurate. So he comes in, he fights Meteor, and does heavy damage to the rabbit hatch. Yes, heavy damage. And look at how the advice able to escape and inform Gina what the heck happened. So he races back and discovers not only Leo was there, but the chairman is there. When the heck did he get there? That's a really good question. Did he fall afterwards? I don't know. It's like, what? He's here, and they fight for a while inside the thing, or the dragon fight outside. Of course, the window breaks that Gin saw back in episode 1. Yeah, that breaks, and Yuki's nearly sucking out of the space, looking up that Keigo basically stops her and gives her a letter that comes a little bit later on. So Keigo is able to, by the way, to do part of this, Keigo can breathe in space because it's cosmic energy. That's why. So here he is, he's walking out in space without a spacesuit on. Does anybody find this weird? I do. I'm sure, like, oh, is this a plot hole? No, they established that he can breathe in space because it's cosmic energy. So, then, of course, he tries to fight the chairman. Of course, you have Fourze fighting on the moon's surface. Meteor is able to escape the problem. And then, of course, well, afterwards... And then, Gin gives Keigo his Fourze belt. He puts it on. It seems like he's about to do something. It's like he's in the middle of transforming. And then the chairman does a drop kick. Yes, a drop kick. Breaks the barrier. kicks him down, destroys the core switch, presumably killing Keigo. And the chairman's like, here's your Fourze brace back. See you later, we'll fight again. He doesn't say that. And then he just casually walks up to the Kamen Club and says, well, thank you for trying my soup. I'll make an announcement later for my final speech. And of course, Ocho tries to say, hey, he's basically responsible for this money. And of course, they don't believe. And then basically, Chairman's like, yeah. It's like saying, yeah, he's telling the truth. I'm the one who basically killed the monsters across the school. That's all me. And say goodbye to Japan. I'm going to basically see the presenters. And you're all going to die for my sacrifice. It's like that's kind of what he's saying. So Keigo comes with a plan to deal with the chairman. Meanwhile, the meteor fights Leo and wins. After battling him the whole series, now he finally beats him. Like, he was in shoes back in episode 33. And it takes, basically, fighting him showing up in 33. It takes 15 episodes after his debut to get killed off here. After he's beaten with Limit Break, he just not exactly disintegrates per se. It's like he just evaporates via smoke. I'm like, what? Yes. They have Gin basically battling the chairman in the Sagittarius form. And then he takes him to the gym, which his plan is this. Having the graduates basically all graduate from his influence. And, well, then he morphs again, beats him in his Sagittarius form, and then becomes friends with him. Yes. Gin has done something that no other writer has ever done. Turn the main villain into a good guy. Yes. Now, as far as I can tell, this has never happened before because having redemption for the main villain, this was a bit out of left field. And then they become friends. And then, like, he kind of dies-ish. But apparently before he dies, he brings back Keigo via using the Aquarius switch. That's interesting. Yeah, and Keigo is human now. Apparently. And then apparently the Kamen Club has now been renamed to the Space Kamen Club because he wants to find aliens. Oh yeah, and the flag was tattered but able to be fixed, no problem. And that's the series. There is an obvious plot hole some people called out the show for. The fact people were still trapped in the M-Bus, which apparently they were able to resolve the plot via a freaking light novel, which I haven't read yet. Yes, for the description I read, everybody was freed. Yep, everybody was free from the M-Bus. Why the heck they were sent there for was unexplained. Oh yeah, and this stuff that was really weird. Okay, so he opens up Dark Nebula, even though that Virgo's been doing that since like the beginning. And then they weren't sent via Dark Nebula; it was sent to the M-Bus. Oh boy! And of course, basically, that's the series. Now, my final thoughts on the series: it's a good series. It has its problems. I'd say the beginning was really good. I think the chairman was interesting. I think it was a great villain. I think its redemption basically was not exactly on left field. This is again really wanted to do, become friends with him, and well, he succeeded. Fine. I didn't have a problem with that. I think it was kind of weird. The fact he had... Oh, by the way, the one thing the series never explained... Okay, aside from the people trapped in the M-Bus... the presenters. Who the heck are these people? Never explained. Another thing is not explained. Why the heck does the chairman's eyes turn red? Yeah, that was something that was never explained. As for why he wanted to do this, because he was interested in power. That's mainly the reason why he did this stuff. Okay, that was a bit obvious, but okay, so a lot of the chairman stuff really was explained really well. The fact he found the school. Yuki apparently didn't hate him, despite the fact he was really the main bad guy of all this. Given the fact she's a big fan of his. And the fact that, well, Gin basically, when he first met him, he just introduced himself, ask why is Yuki basically like, so ask the judge, and for the chairman it's pretty reasonable. And I appreciate the fact that the chairman's being reasonable because this is a student of his making a request. He's beginning the scene was presented as very respectful toward him, though Leo proceeds to beat the crap out of him because that was being disrespectful. What the heck? I was surprised basically he doesn't get punished for that. Though apparently he chastised the chairman, but he able to basically de-evolve before he died. And just admits the fact that, they actually the man's backstory in the final episode, where the chairman found him as he was a street brawler, and apparently because he beat him with his energy, he became his bodyguard. Though I gotta admit, he actually was a really good bodyguard in the series. He basically was very enforcing for him. He presented fine. I didn't have a problem with his presentation for that character. It's just that, okay, why the heck would they reveal that he's got a bodyguard when we have 16 episodes left? That I thought was really weird. So, at the semi-final arc, we have revealed that, we have the whole thing with the horoscopes was interesting. The fact that, okay, I knew possibly there was more minions. The pasta stuff was built up really well. But it's like, apparently the Scorpion Iron course, she got replaced by Lebra, and then Lebra had a little bit had Virgo basically there, which I appreciate the fact they kept the mystery about Virgo for a long time. As for revealing it was Ita, okay, that was an interesting reveal. Or the fact that Virgo was not a woman. It was a guy. Same with Scorpio, where basically it was a woman. Yep. So, I didn't mind the villains at all. It's just that the motivations, it's like, kept changing because maybe changing writers. Main characters. Geen, great character. Really love his, I think the actor does a really good job. The only thing I thought was really kind of out of nowhere was him and Yuki being child friends. Now, as for the rest of the characters, Shun, it's like after his debut, he just turns good. And a lot of the time, he gets nothing to do. He just basically is in the sidelines. Also, for someone supposed to be the driving of the power drill, that big robot, which the CGI is not very good for it. Yeah, he doesn't use it very much. He uses like 5-6 times over the course of these episodes. Mew, on the other hand, okay, she drives the thing once. She also becomes herself to be the club president, and after she graduates, becomes the club chairwoman. And Yuki becomes the new president. Okay. So I'm kind of like, and when people they join the Kamen Club, they basically add their own flavor to the Rabbit Hatch. Like Tamako adding basically like stuff with supernatural stuff. Mew adding that big orange chair. And Shun adding weights. I mean, why not? He's in a clubhouse. There's nothing really wrong with him basically bring a set of weights in there. I mean, he's an athlete. He needs to keep in shape. Which, apparently, when he joined the Kamen Club, it's like, did they drop the whole plot that he was a football player? And here's the... Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention this, too. In the last moments of the final episode, after everything is all done, you have Shun proposing to Mew. It's like, and then she sees the ring worn by a Kamen Rider wizard. And we see him. This is chronologically the first time we see him outside of a suit. And he is there just to lead into the very next series. That's the only reason why that scene was there. Yeah. But, excuse me, I'd say Mew got development here and there. I felt this though with her, it's like they very rarely developed her. It's like once we came out of the club, it's like she had some good ideas here and there, gets some good orders. She basically did the club really well as the president. I kind of felt this though, a lot of the time she got nothing really to do. Well, you want a character, you got Virgin with something to do? JK. It's like, okay, so he gets information. Okay. He is the group spy. He obviously quits the club a couple times because of stuff he does, and they welcome back no problem. And he, I thought, was not the interesting of character at all. I had no problem with the actor. I think he did an okay job. But just that, I would say out of the entire club, he was probably the most useless character out of all of them. It's like, what was the point of him being here? At least Mew basically had some involvement. Okay, Tamako, great character. Actress is very beautiful. I'm sure she's a little bit older now. I think that her role, like early on, was really good. The fact that she's able to point out certain stuff about certain characters because of certain spiritual needs that she does, I thought that was really good. Also, the whole thing of the two-parter where she's got an infraction for what? The black rose hairpin? That part was never really explained with her. But, and they also hints the fact that she made everything for Meteor, and it's kind of revealed in the final episode, like, oh, like, what about that girl who we met in episode 32? She's not his girlfriend, so she really actually wants to be his girlfriend. Yeah, and you can see that she obviously has feelings for him. Now, so if you're curious about her, does she ever return after this series wraps up? So, okay, I know Meteor does, but what about, let's say, Tamako, who's an absolute great character? Her actress name is Shishio. That's her name. That's a girl by Shishio. She is currently... Oh, she's married now. Okay. She is currently at the age of... I think like 32. She's probably turning 32 this year. But I think at the time of the show, she's like roughly like 19-ish. She does basically prize a role as the character, as Tamako, after the series wraps up in the teams with Wizard. Yeah, it seems like she just does some TV spots here and there. Like, I would say probably her biggest claim to fame was being in Kamen Rider. Yes. I would say so. Mm-hmm. And she's a model, too. Yeah. But she does have one last appearance after this in the following year movie. And that was it. The Club Advisor. Well, he didn't really, it's like he was there for like goofy stuff. He had a thing for one teacher in the series. Now, was he like... Sometimes, basically, they might bring previous camera actors to be in shows. He... Not really. He just a comedian who basically has these... He also has this obsession with basically doing this thing with suspenders. He was obsessed with that. And he does make appearances after the series wraps up. Not just in the movie Wizard. He also appears in the Kamen Rider Hensai Generations Final Build and X-Aid with Legend Riders. So he makes 2 appearances after the series wraps up. Now, does Shun himself pop up in this series? Yes, he pops up one more time, and that's it for him. Pretty much everybody else basically just appears next movie, and... Oh, JK returns. Keigo, he does return with 1 appearance. Yep, 1 appearance after the series wraps up. And that sadly is it. Just one. Well, okay, he pops up like once after the series wraps up, like physical appearance wise. Yuki is a great character. Yeah, she makes an appearance after the series, but the actress who plays her, like, currently is at the age of like She's probably turning 30 this year. Very beautiful woman. I think she did an excellent job with the character. And do I think she can come back? Yes. It is weird the fact that she was basically one. Ran Haro. It's like these two are thrown in because they felt like it. That is my purse, I guess, anyways. Yeah. But, not much else to say about this one. I do like basically. Oh, one aspect of the series I did kind of enjoy was bringing up a villain series from a previous one in this one, because apparently Heisei era has got this thing where they don't really bring up stuff very much in the other series. In this one, basically, they're back doing continuity stuff compared to the first 10 years, where everything is standalone and some mention of continuity. This one basically was definitely continuity based. I would say that this is definitely a series people should check out if you're Kamen Rider fans. Like, if you've seen this series, fine. Please feel free to let's talk your feelings how you felt about the show in the comments below. But yeah, this is the last bit for Kamen Rider for a bit, for a little while until I get back to it with O's. So next video we put up will be my review for Maji Ranger. Yep, that's next. And then Ultra 7, and then it's back to doing Kamen Rider O's. Well, I'm going to do Kamen Rider O's right afterwards. Yep. So yes, so that's pretty much it for a particular video. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications, and do not hit the dislike button. I really love this series. I had some problems toward the very end, but damn good series. It was fun, enjoyable. I felt a lot more excited with this one than I did with Agato. That's why I basically decided to push pause on that for a while until I get back to it. I will eventually get back to it, don't worry. But it won't be for a long time. Okay? But see you next video, which will be Super Sentai. Bye.